Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Malt Magic, the Forgotten Kingdom of Nyland. This is episode 46. We are getting very, very, very close to that 1 year mark. I'm very much looking forward to it. So, welcome all. There's a few new faces in the chat already that we've noticed. So, welcome. Hello. Let's get this the intros over and done with. Let's get into it because a lot happened last week. A lot happens every week, but even more than usual happened last week, and there's a lot to unpack. Still, my usual thank yous go out to Albert Rodeo, to Incarnate, to D&D Beyond, to Hero Forge, and also to those Patreon services that I use, Kasoon, 5e Magic Shop. Also a huge shout out to Tabletop Audio for some of the audio tracks you'll hear, and of course a massive, massive shout out to BattleBards as well. We use BattleBards for all our sound effects and some of the ambient tracks as well in the show, so if you want to go and get your own sound effects or your own ambient tracks or own music, those sorts of things, please go use the code you can see on screen, Malt Magic. Use that when you register and that will get you a nice cheeky discount. Moving on from that, you can see our social media on screen there as well for a second. Please go follow us, go check us out. We post all our updates on there. There's artwork that I'm doing, there's random posts from Danny and just general craziness. But also go and check out the podcast as well. We are fully up to date, so if you miss an episode and you don't catch it on Twitch, you don't catch it on YouTube, or you're just not in a position to view it and you would rather listen to it, go check out the podcast on your podcast platform of choice. Please leave us a like on there, leave us a review. Every little helps, those sorts of things. Shout out as always to Tales of Tilnar as well. If you're looking for even more D&D goodness in your life, then that is a fantastic series on YouTube, hosted by the one and only Samau, who plays Kirik. And I think that's it. So let's go play around some more in the Feywild. There will be adult language. There will most certainly be adult humour. You have been warned.
It still gets me pumped up every time.
Hello.
It was good. Yeah. Thank you very much, Achilles, once again for that awesome track. Certainly did us proud there. So, before we get into all the events that happened last week, there are new faces in the chat, as I've said. So let's do a quick rundown of the line. I am Matt. I am the Dungeon Master, but I also play the sidekick character of Bothrid, who's not looking too healthy right now, I won't lie.
I'm Danny and I play Andor Hornraven, who is a big advocate for a long rest.
I'm Simao and I play Kirik, the Grave Cleric / Fighter. And yeah, long rest would be nice. Long rest would be nice. At some point today, maybe. Hopefully.
Now.
I'm Dave. I play Dargon, the Goliath Fighter / Warlock. And I'm with the rest of them. Long rest.
Okay, so last week, what didn't happen? We dealt with the sort of immediate aftermath of a certain rogue bard finding the deck of many things and pulling out a number of cards, one of which pretty much disintegrated all of their magic items, or at least made some of them disappear, apart from the cloak that he was wearing, the Cloak of Darkness. Decided to soldier on and continue on through, ignoring the strange, dark, fey creature that seemed to be following you around, or at least leading you through the tunnels. Turned the corner and pretty much found the grove of the Mother Tree straight away. Entered into the grove and were immediately beset upon by the Grove Guardian, which for anybody who is a fan of the Witcher series was a take on a Leshen. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, which is obviously part of folklore as well. I did let the guys off easy a little bit, didn't use any lair actions, mainly because it was too much for me to handle right then. There was a lot going on. But
you
rest assured,
you did remind the stupid fighter that he actually does have a concentration spell up. So
there is indeed. Yeah, there was an incident with a ring of ice creating a wall of ice, which was just there for 4 rounds, I think, 3 or 4 rounds, and then
too fucking many.
Too many rounds.
Dogon figured out that he can just go, goodbye, wall of ice. And the creature was felled, and retrieved the acorn, and you turned back and made your way back through the Feydark tunnels, eventually coming to that entranceway cavern, if you like, only to find that the blood of the Fomorians was being used by small creatures with red caps, funnily enough called red caps. They were dipping their caps in the blood, and they didn't take too kindly your presence either. So they attacked you, and in probably one of the most stressful encounters we have had so far, the cleric almost died. Or in fact was dead for a matter of 6 seconds. Until, again, our rogue bard, in a moment of selflessness and heroism, rushed forward with one of his 2 wishes, replicated the Revivify spell, brought Kirik back to life, and the rest, as they say, is history. Got rid of the red caps, and slowly but surely, hurting, bruised, battered, weary, crawled your way out of the Feydark tunnel to the sunlight of the Feywild. And as you break through into that weird sunlight, purplish twilight-like environment before you, and you see the Dryad sat waiting, and as you exit, she sighs. Thank goodness you are alive.
Your mother's a treat. Heads up would have been nice.
The magic is in the journey, shall we say. I apologise for perhaps misleading you.
Well, I've got a blood oath to tell you about, but we've got more important matters to talk about first, and I'll pull out the little acorn and I'll present it.
Good. Shall we retreat into the grove? And it looks like you could all use some rest, and there is some preparation to be done.
Lead the way.
She does. She leads you back a little bit slower this time, allowing you to catch your breath and sort of deal with aching bones and weary legs, weary muscles, but eventually you come back into that grove where the trees sort of ring around it, and in the middle there is the small pool, and you've got those 4 mysterious oak trees, one very vibrant and full of life, one looking seemingly dead or petrified, one looking as if it's very much in the thrall of autumn, and the other one looking like it is just coming to life, just growing, just budding, that almost spring-like effect. And she takes you all to this, the sort of one of the bigger trees, the tree that can only be described as a summer oak, and you all sit down in front of it. And she says to you, "Under the acorn, if you will."
Will this fix him?
We can hope. Mother doesn't often give these unless she knows these will work.
It's the best guarantee we've got so far.
Why don't you all take some time? Maybe perhaps take one of your hours to prepare this sufficiently.
Do we have to, like, pray or chant or dance around a tree or something?
Oh no. The only thing now is for Ander. to complete the, well, you said it, the pact.
So, the blood oath I made to your mother, which I'm assuming is my future mother-in-law, from the way she was talking, I have to come visit her every year.
Yes.
Is that part of my condition for this to work?
Yes, like all magic, it wanes over time to keep it strong.
Okay.
It is best that you renew the spell every year.
You mean we have to go up
Until
against
such
those
time as you
bloody
are-
red things again?
Red things?
Red hat things. Horrible buggers.
Oh, red caps.
Damn
Yes,
fuckers.
they are rather vicious.
Yeah.
You do know if you just take their caps off, they struggle to survive.
Oh, well, fuck me, guys.
What?
I bloody killed
Yes.
Kirik over there.
Well, it doesn't look so bad for someone who
I
is...
nearly
into
said out
the
of character. I wish I would have known that, but that would have been awful to say, wouldn't it? Because that would have been another wish wasted. So I probably didn't say that.
You have to actually mean it.
Does he?
Well,
Maybe not.
no. So it's almost like I have to come back every year to top it up, okay? But then do I have to go
Yes.
through that ordeal again, or can I just come and see you? Or do I have to make the pilgrimage to the
Well-
tree?
As I say, the magic is in the journey itself. Hopefully
Okay.
it will be less grueling next time, but I can guarantee nothing in the Feydark. That is the land of the Queen of Air and Darkness.
There was one question I forgot to ask you, Mum. Whether she actually
Oh?
meant a year in my time or a year in Feywild time. Because that's two different things, isn't it?
Well, it is indeed, and I can only assume that if she said a year, it will be a year to you, wherever you are.
Okay. And is your mum the Queen of Air and Darkness?
No.
Okay.
Mother is old, but not that old.
I won't tell her you said that.
Oh, she is well aware. With age comes wisdom, comes power in this realm. We do not shy from age. Still, we digress. Rest. I will be back in an hour.
Okay.
And she turns, the first thing she does is she makes the way to the pool at the centre of this grove and lays the acorn in it and sort of rolls it over in the water, washes it, and then holds it up, and you can just see her sort of blow out. But as she blows, it's almost like there's a warm summer wind that just dries the acorn, and then she turns, cradling it very closely, and goes to the summer oak and seemingly steps inside it and is gone.
I don't know about you guys. That was horrible. How are you
Well,
feeling,
now I
Kirik?
know you can just take the little bastards' hats off. That's going to save us a lot of trouble next time. Assuming you're still my friend in a year's time.
You ain't getting rid of me that easy.
Yeah, I think we will be.
Kirik,
Wasn't very convincing, Kirik.
yeah, I'm sorry that you, sorry you got into so much trouble then. I should have been there to protect you. I know I've been teaching you, and I think I maybe just thought you could handle yourself. But those were nasty buggers.
Well, it happened. I mean, it's happened to all of you, so I suppose it was only a matter of time before it happened to me. I'm very thankful, Ender. That was. I don't really have the words at the moment. I'm sure I'll be able to thank you properly.
I do feel partly responsible. It is kind of my fault we're here in the first place, so I did have some responsibility for it. I felt compelled to help.
I have to say, guys, I tried to be clever and use the magic that I've learned over time. It was fucking useless.
I don't think so. I would disagree with that. But it does seem like you are quite effective at hitting things.
It does seem to, come to me a lot easier. Be much more effective. I just, I'm not of the magical mind, really. I seem to know it. But I don't think it's my strength. So...
I mean, if you're going to be given it as a gift from a godlike being...
well, I mean, okay, that stuff's kind of good. I use that a lot. It's the stuff I've learnt previous, over time.
It does seem a bit redundant if you think about it. If you've been given it as a gift, why learn it? You don't need to.
It's just taken up too much of the battle thinking about it. And I prefer to be there, protecting you, pulling you out of harm's way. Being the shield for everyone. Bothrid, you did an amazing job in those past 2 fights. It was brilliant. It was like I wasn't even there, but you did a wonderful job. Glad to see you top form and fighting now.
I get hungry. I hate things.
But you do it well.
That pretty much sums it up, Bothrid, yeah?
Yeah.
If anything,
Seems to work.
thank you to Ander for this. And he takes out the double-bladed Chimera's Horn quarterstaff. This served me very well so far.
I just think that if Ander, you stay back, Bothrid does his thing, and I pull Kirik and Bothrid out of harm's way if needs be, we could be even more effective than we have been before.
Yep.
So,
Days, my players are talking strategy.
so Kirik,
Nah. It'll all go to shit when we actually get in a scrap.
fuck it will. Of course it will. Not now, obviously, but maybe during some rest times, I wouldn't mind sparring with you, seeing if I can get on a few more tactics.
Sounds good.
Speaking of rest, we should utilise this hour as best we can. Before she returns, we don't know what lies ahead. Get him back.
Yeah, I'll start pulling out if I've got any bandages or anything.
Captain Short Rest.
Captain Shortlist. Dagon also gets out one of the rare cigars, then looks up at the tree and puts it back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would, apart from using hit die, which I'm definitely going to do, I would like to utilise the short rest to actually study this sword that I got from the deck of many things that I have no idea what it does. To try and ascertain what it does.
I do believe that also I may be able to read said book.
You can spend an hour reading a book if you want to.
Yes.
Okay. Kirik, is there anything particularly you want to be doing?
Not really. I'll be taking my kind of rest near the tree that looks slightly more petrified.
Okay.
Just kind of looking at it.
You sort of walk over to the tree, and as you approach this tree that is slightly more petrified, it's covered in white, the air around the tree actually feels a little bit colder, and you notice that the the grass around the tree as well. There's also that crisp sort of frost feeling underfoot. And you sit down, and that cold is almost familiar. Not quite, but almost. Ander, as you spend some time studying the rapier, you begin to tap into the innate magic within it, and you begin to sort of see arcane runes slowly glow as you begin to sort of study that, reach into the weave of magic that you understand. And eventually, as you just sort of study the blade, something clicks, and the blade itself floats from your hand and sort of floats in midair. And just with sort of a thought, the blade itself dances around and dances around you.
That's cool.
That's very sweet.
Very quickly add something to your equipment. D&D Beyond, folks, makes it very easy to just quickly add items to your players.
Oh, fucking hell, I'm tripping again. Jesus. Wah. Wah.
Bothra at this point just sort of shuffles away as the rapier. So you take a long rest, take a short rest even. Everybody regained some hit die. I am gonna very quickly
all
do
of
that
my
for
hit die,
Bothrid.
and I actually have got all of my hit points back. Happy days.
Nicely done.
I'm just shy, but I've left it there because that's half of my hit die. Well, no, it's not. It's more than half of my hit die, but
Let's go short rest.
try and leave some for if we inevitably end up hecked.
So 60, 12.
See what our main man Bothrid gets back up to.
Let them roll.
I keep rolling.
So that's 53 plus, what is it? It's 1d12 plus 4, I think, for Bothrid's. That's to 24. So Bothrid goes up to 101 out of 116.
Nice.
Good stuff. And as you all sit there in, assume, relative silence now, watching this rapier dance around Anders' head, the Dryad steps forward. And as she steps forward, you can see the acorn is still in her hand, but this time it's now glowing with a very slight magenta type colour. And she looks... Are you ready?
I think so.
It seems I overlooked something that could be quite useful. Someone is clearly watching over you. Bothrid, was it? That staff you carry. The one that changes with the seasons. Please bring it and place it in the centre of the pool. And Bothrid just sort of takes it off, looks at it, holds it out to you, Ander. You go.
Okay, I'll take it.
Very well. Follow me, Ander. And she sort of steps into the pool, and it comes up to sort of her mid-thigh on you. It's going to be up to around your waist, your sort of belly button height. And she sort of indicates and sort of holds a hand over the centre of the pool, and you can see now a notch basically through the water where you sort of place the staff, twist. As it clicks into place, the staff itself sort of radiates different colours. It goes from green to red to white to brown. And the orb on top itself flicks between these various colours before the orb sort of rotates and almost opens up, so the top of the staff is just there. The Dryad places the acorn in, cups some of the water and places it in the top of the staff as well. And this little cup is now, and the acorn sort of just floats up slightly. And she turns to you. The rest is up to you now. You must crush the acorn in the water and then drink from the water. If my mother was right and you have proven your worth, all may be well.
So the acorn is in the orb, in the staff, and I've got to smash it and then drink it.
It's the orb itself has sort of seemingly disappeared, so the top of the staff is like just this little basin.
Yep.
And there's a bit of water in there with the acorn currently now just floating on top, still radiating that magenta-like light.
I'll try and crumble it with my hand then, like an oxo cube.
As you go to step forward, she places a hand gently on your shoulder and, just in case, she turns you, lifts your chin up, places a very chaste kiss on your lips, steps back and walks out of the pool and just stands next to her tree and watches as you now reach forward and grab the acorn. Make me a strength check, please.
I'm really good at them. Whoa! Natural 20 straight off the bat, but I'm -1 strength, so 19. But
Doesn't matter, it was a natural 20.
It's a good start.
You literally just pull it in and the acorn shatters, and as it shatters, your palm, where the bits of the acorn are in, this violet light now radiates out of your hand as you drop and crumble the pieces in. The water begins to swirl in the top of the staff now, and it too begins to radiate purplish light which seemingly glows upwards, and the light around the grove seems to darken as there is now you, the staff, the purple light. And you begin to hear whispers throughout the grove. You can't quite catch the words, but you know it is Sylvan that's being whispered. You recognise that at least. There is also some, maybe, Elvish in there, but not a form of Elvish you're familiar with. Or at least not a dialect you're familiar with. And those whispers continue on out. You get a sense that the grove itself, the trees, and their attention is all on you. What are you doing next?
Down in it. I'm gonna drink from the cup.
So you lift the staff out of the notch and just sort of lean forward and slowly but surely lift the staff. I mean, it's awkward because obviously you're holding the top of the staff and there's the longer bit, but you eventually just sort of make me a constitution check, please.
$13.
13. It burns as it goes down your throat and into your tummy, into your stomach even. And that burn is almost too much to bear, as you can feel almost raw magic begin to radiate through your body itself. You are going to take 1 point of psychic damage. As it radiates through, you can feel the grove itself lean in around you. And it's almost like the trees bend towards you and their branches reach out to you. And what was a peaceful grove becomes somewhat of a nightmare now as the trees become gnarled. It's almost like red eyes appear in the trees around you as one of them brushes across and makes a real strange noise. And you are there alone. Your friend's gone, the dryad gone, the 4 trees themselves, 4 oak trees, not there. You stand in a pool of dark water. No, not water, blood. As the trees themselves encroach and encroach and encroach. Make me a wisdom check, please.
Another 20. I've used them all up now. That's it.
As that burn and that radiating energy sort of flows through your body, you think, this is not where I am. This is not real. I know where I am. I know where I've been. I know what I've done to get here. And those trees begin to shrink back. The colour of the water goes from that dark red, almost black, and slowly becomes clearer. You find yourself once again in the grove. The light returns to that twilight effect. The purplish glow fades. The staff itself locks itself back into the pool. The orb reforms. And the dryad turns. Are you well?
I think so. It's hard to tell, really.
Make me another wisdom check, please.
This is taking a piss now. D&D Beyond, just give me another 20.
Another 20. You realise now that all this time, while you have been plagued, something has felt broken within. Your connection to whatever magic it is that you channel has not been right, but now it feels whole, it feels complete, it almost feels even more powerful. That connection to that magic, that innate ability, stronger. And you are cured of Mage Blight.
Just to test it out, I would cast Minor Illusion and just make a little chair appear on the side of the pool. Why not? Just see if it works. Just to test out my powers.
You do cast Minor Illusion, a chair appears and Bothrid stands, looks, goes to sit on it. Ooh. Ow. Ow. As his tailbone smacks against the floor. And there is a deep, deep sigh of relief from the Dryad. We have been lucky. Mother certainly shines on you.
I couldn't have done it without you.
It was just good to see you again. After all this time.
It was good to connect.
And she blushes. That skin goes a slightly darker shade of green on her cheeks. What will you do next?
Well, if it's okay with you, I think well, I don't know what my friends might want to do. They might want to rest further, or we might try and make our way back to Nylon. But the choice will be
welcome here as
ours to make.
Franco!
Oh, or them. Obviously, he overheard our conversation there. We talk louder than we think. We do have some friends. We do have some friends to save, but obviously, it was more important to save me first.
You know where your friends are?
Not a clue. The Fey Wild somewhere, apparently.
And
One of them might be turning into a vampire, so it is kind of a time-critical mission, if we think about it.
Yes. There were whispers in the trees of a feral beast. You probably want to head northeast from here. Towards the throne of Phalead. Follow the river. It's the easiest way. Be mindful though, the Eladrin that live there. Do not trust outsiders.
Does anybody?
Depends on the outsider, really. And she gives you a wink.
Were they friends of my father's?
They knew the family. There was once an alliance between your bloodline and the kin of Phalead.
Oh, sounds like there's potentially some qualms, if I was to put it politely.
If I may make one suggestion, maybe don't reveal your bloodline straight away.
Oh, that was going to be my icebreaker. Okay. I'll keep those cards close to my chest.
No allegiance comes without its bonds.
I've made enough blood oaths today.
And this is my point. You already owe so much to so many. Perhaps now is not the time to be making more than you need.
No, definitely not. I should just use my charm and my wit.
We're all
be
gonna
successful.
die!
Is this where we part ways?
Part ways? Never. I told you a long time ago that I am always with you, but this is where we part each other's company for now, yes.
Okay. Well, I suppose if I don't see you again, I'll at least see you in a year. At least we'll have that to look forward to.
Indeed. And perhaps we will spend more time together next time.
Probably without these peeping toms as well.
If they want to watch, I don't care.
Oh, now it's a party. All right. I think I'll need a few flagons before I let Dargon watch.
Mortals and their sensibilities.
Goodbye, my dear. See you soon. And I'll lower a kiss.
Goodbye, my love. Bothrid looks at the staff that's in the pool and back to the Dryad.
Oh yeah, can we have that back?
I was gonna say she can keep it. I don't really use it.
Do we need
Seems
it
like
for
it
the?
belongs here.
Oh, do we need it for next year though?
I can
He'll
watch
already
it.
be here.
Yeah.
Yes. Less chance of losing it, I guess.
Okay. If you don't mind, Bothrid.
No. As I said, I'll get angry and hit things. Just stick to that plan.
You look better, Ender.
I feel sensational. I feel like a new man. Or the old man that's come back. Either way. I'm fixed.
It's good to have you back.
Are we, well, what are we going to do? Seems like it's forever urgent as we get on the road. And you still haven't got many things.
I was going to talk about that actually. I want to use my second wish in a selfish way, and actually I want to try and get the stuff back that the Deck of Many Things took from me.
Not knowing much about the power of the magic, that doesn't seem like a particularly selfish thing. Because I want you to look after my back. And if you're, bare naked in the wind in a battle, that's not very good.
No. I feel I would be at full strength if I got all of my stuff back. I mean, there was probably so much more good I could do with it, but I just...
Like what?
I just wouldn't know what... killing the Eladrin, solving the prophecy, trying to free Nyland.
Roll back to that first one. Kill the Eladrin?
I mean, that's also a selfish wish if I think about it. But if I did kill him, he's not the head of the snake, is he?
He's not.
So it's redundant.
Can you fix Vraco?
I'm assuming so.
Oh.
Probably. I mean, it's a wish. So you could potentially wish for whatever you wanted, I suppose. Doesn't mean it necessarily work.
In the end, mate, it's your choice. I do like the getting your shit back. And after all, we have come here with the plan that we're going to fix Vraco another way. Get him home.
Maybe. The Grand Magister could actually fix him. She might know.
Either that or take him back to the Isle of the Dead, kill all of them there until they fix him, and then kill the rest of them.
Or the Eladrin, near where Dryad believes Vraco is.
Yeah.
They might possess power to save him.
Cool. Many options. That's wonderful. So, it looks like your wish spell getting your shit back is probably a better idea. Because I don't think it's going to be Mephisto around the corner next to a tree.
No, that's it. I mean, we've still got to get out of here. And get to Vraco.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got this... I've got
Make me
a
a
sword that can...
perception check, please, everyone.
18.
15.
14.
Okay. Coming at you, Dave. Talk amongst yourselves.
I think, Ender, if you want your things back, it makes sense. And I think if that's really if that's what we think this power will be put to better use, I think we should go for it.
My only worry is, I did a powerful spell before that was outside of my realms of capability, and I ended up with Mage Blight, which is the reason we're here in the first place. My only worry is, if I try and use I know it's a wish spell. If I try and do something too powerful with it, it could just go horribly wrong. So I might make things worse.
So are we saying the simpler the better?
I think so.
Which one's simpler? Killing someone, curing someone, or getting your shit back?
Ooh. You see, now you're making me want to hold off until we see the state of Reiko and see if anybody can help him first. But at the same time, we said that before we went in the cave, and I really could have done with all of my stuff down there, considering one of us nearly died. Or did die.
Do we keep it as a free ticket for if one of us goes down again then?
I've just got this thing plaguing in the back of my mind that the longer I don't wish for it back, the more trouble we're going to find in here. And I've only got I've got a fancy dancing sword that I don't really know how to use. But arrows of face laying and a magic bow would be very handy.
Yeah. They bloody would be. Miss, we couldn't find someone who does have some arrows that this wonderful rogue can use. A Mephisto of sorts of our stuff.
Well, you certainly won't find arrows of face laying here.
Fair
So I'm
point.
not happy about that, by the way. However,
I've
perhaps
used them.
Eladrin of Phaliad, perhaps they have, I don't know, wares to sell.
Okay. I'll save the wish. If I can buy new stuff, we'll see. I won't use it just now. I'm going to live to regret that.
If you think you're going to live to regret it, don't do it. Get your shit back.
No, I think we've played the guilt card with Reiko hard enough for me to take heed and delay the wish for now.
Alright then. Northeast, is it?
Northeast, follow the river.
Indeed.
Thank you very much for curing him. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
See you next year.
Hey, Kirik, are you happy heading now, or...?
I could do with resting somewhat.
Do we know how far we've got to travel?
Follow the river to the throne of Phaliad. I'm assuming we'll know it when we get there, but who knows what distance and time is in this place.
Pardon me, do you know if it's going to take us a day, couple of days, couple of hours, roughly, to get there?
Perhaps half a day, and you will see the first of the buildings.
Shall we walk closer and rest? Or do you want to rest here? Someone else may decide.
I'd rather
'cause
rest. I'd rather rest here, if I'm honest.
Very well.
I think it's only fair to let the man who died have the vote.
we do need everyone in tip-top, regardless of when we get there. We're going to be rested beforehand.
Mm-hmm. Choose your spells wisely, my friend.
I will try.
I say we rest up then.
So you're staying here for some time?
If that's not an issue.
Not at all. And she turns and sort of waves a hand, and where one moment was just bare patches of grass, you now see what look like beds made out of vines and ferns and blankets seemingly made out of these woven flowers. Rest. And then be on your way, I think. Sounds like you have much to do.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell Captain Swift we'll be coming for her in the morning?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it now.
I thought you were saying that to the Dryad then.
It's hard when you're not in the room. I'm actually looking at Dave, but you can't tell that from...
Yeah. Soon.
You could just look that way.
Yeah.
Oh, that way. Sorry.
Yeah.
Which is counterproductive, so I'm just looking at my wall and my house.
I was about to say, it's one of those things of like, you know, hey, Daddy, what do you think? And I'm just looking straight at it. It works though on camera. I just got to remember to do it. So, fellas,
Makes me want to do that.
what the fuck should I say?
And then
What we need is
just make it look like...
two more screens to each side so that we can actually see what we're doing.
Anyway, we digress massively there. So, you all take a long rest. I'm assuming you all bed down in these beds, makeshift beds. Is there anything anybody wishes to do before they rest?
Yeah,
During
send
their
a
rest?
message.
Okay.
After 2 months.
She's fucking dead now, don't matter.
Right. Guys, is there anything pertinent I need to say apart from we're on our way? We'll be about 12 hours. And we're moving at fastest pace. Are they okay? Anything to look out for? I don't know. What else?
If they are, what the situation is, and telling them that we're coming, I think is the most important bit.
Okay.
Even if she can't reply, even if she just hears the message, it should hopefully bring some comfort.
Yeah. Did we send one while we were in... Before, when we landed in the Feywild or not? I think we did. I can't remember though.
Although it's only just happened, it feels like a long time ago, and I'm not sure.
Time's weird in the Feywild.
It's safe to
I don't
assume we didn't.
think we did. I don't think we did.
Okay, here we go then, boys. I got my my trusty sending stone out. Right, now squeeze the stone. Okay. Captain Swift, Dargon, we're in Feywild. Heading your way at speed. With you in 12 hours. What's the situation? Dargon out.
Okay. You send the message. and it takes some time. A few minutes or so, you waiting in silence.
Fucking hell,
Nerves
boys, I
beginning
think
to grow
there's
somewhat.
something wrong. No response.
And then finally there is 12 hours. After 6 months. Fuck you,
6
Dogon.
months. Oh!
Ah,
6 months.
guys, apparently it's been 6 months for these guys. It's been 5 days for us.
I thought she was going to be mad we ain't spoke to her for 5 days. She must be livid if we haven't spoke to her for 6 months.
This bloody thing don't work again, doesn't it?
Does that mean then Vraco is too far gone? Because the last we heard, he was only turning. If it's then been 6 months, he's already gone.
Yeah, I'm worried you may be right. I don't bode well.
Might still be good to go check.
Yeah. Well, if he has fully turned, we can't have him running around killing people. We've got enough problems to worry about.
Indeed.
Well, we now go to anyone if you rush in there and die again. So let's just try and rest up as best we can.
I'm a new man, remember? I'm ready
Yeah.
for anything.
I'll take first watch.
Okay. Probably about an hour into your first watch, Dargon, you hear a whisper on the air. Sleep, Goliath. Safe in our grove you are. We will watch. We will protect.
Trust's hard to come by. But if I'm to trust you, then I thank you.
Sleep.
I shall go to sleep.
Okay. And as that sort of the whispers into your mind as well, you find yourself becoming more and more drowsy anyway. You rest your head, and you are gone. And none of you remember anything else. Only then the sunlight, as your eyes all open, feeling refreshed, feeling rested, the wounds, the bruises, the toil of the day before gone. And you also notice that certain magics that have been gone from you for a while are now back. So anything that resets at dawn is back.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, gotta go to there. I forgot you gotta do that. Charges. Oh, and where's that one? That one as well. And yes, that one. Yep, 3 days.
Cool.
Okay. So having rested up, there is no sign of the Dryad anymore, but what you do notice is that next to each of your makeshift beds there is some fruits, some apples, some berries. Bothrid sort of looks at them. was good.
What's the verdict?
Go. Dig in.
Start tucking into the berries.
Cool. So you eat, you pack up, you prepare, and you begin making your way northeast, or at least back towards the river. Sorry. So you head northwest first, following that track, the trail that you previously walked on, finding the wreckage of before, with the trees that were burned and felled, and also the remains of that shambling mound. And we'll say for the sake of brevity, you turn and follow the river. Is anybody stepping foot into the river?
Current is still really strong.
Say that again, sorry, mate.
I'm assuming the current is still really strong, so if we was to step into it, it would sweep us away. Can I tell that?
Make me a survival check, please.
As we are kind of starting the journey, I will drop a 4th level aid
Oh, nice.
to Ander, myself, and Dargon.
Which gives us...
Plus 15 hit points.
Now it's talking.
It puts you on
110.
And a 2.
92. Look at them apples.
Not bad, not bad.
Nice. Okay, so... Andy, you rolled a 14, didn't you?
I did.
With a 14, you can't quite tell whether the current is fast or slow. It's almost as if the more you pay attention to it, the slower the river seems to flow, and then when you turn your head away, it flows faster again, and something just not quite natural about the river.
We don't need to actually cross, do we? Let's just follow it, won't it?
Not as far as I know. As long as we follow it northeast, we may need to cross further down. But as long as we follow it northeast, we should be heading in the right direction.
Well, let's follow until we see some houses or buildings or whatever, they said. Do we need to not be seen? Or are we just trudging through?
I think we just keep an eye out.
Okay.
Well, we're in the friendlier part of the Feywild, I would say. So.
Yeah, real friendly
It'll probably
bit
just be
where
a
we got hit by a mound and the 7 trees. Yeah, real friendly.
I think, though, we showed the land a bit of disrespect when we just went trudging through the river. I think as long as we probably respect the landscape, it may leave us alone, maybe.
You're the one who knows more about this place. I trust you. Let's go.
Okay. You notice Ander seems to be a bit more... He seems a bit more invigorated this morning, and he seems a bit more knowing what he's doing, knowing where he's going, a bit more Bear Grylls.
Lead on, Bear Grylls.
Cool. And Ander does lead the way, and you've already been travelling for probably around 2.5 hours to get from the grove to the river. And you follow the river along, and it sort of weaves back into the forest. And you continue on for another 3, maybe 4 hours, and eventually you start to see what looks like buildings coming out of the forest itself. almost melded in with the trees. Very Rivendell-esque, if you like. Not quite as grand as Rivendell, but they sort of almost like these rooms actually form out of a tree, and you can see that they are all in keeping with the forest around them, so that if you weren't looking for them, it would be very, very easy to miss them. But you guys being actively searching for any signs of buildings. As you get closer, two tall, hooded figures, one with a scimitar, one with a longbow, step out. Malt. Business do you have in Failure?
And this is Yuku.
Good morning, friend. We are merely searching for our dear friends who have become lost in your great land. Could you please help us find them? We are gravely worried. And my bottom lip will quiver.
Friend? Make me a performance check, please.
Ho ho ho! Here it comes.
With your plus 25 modifier.
30.
What the mother trucker?
Yes.
Definite concern there. However, we are not your friends. I can only assume you mean the band of misfits that unceremoniously crashed into our city.
I'm afraid so, and I can only apologise on their behalf. But we're worried. We've got word that one of them may have turned, and we're here to hopefully rid you of this problem.
Oh, he turned.
Is he still wreaking havoc, or have you dealt with him?
Follow us.
Much obliged.
And you notice the one with the scimitar turns and leads you further in. The one with the longbow sort of waits for you to pass, stops, looks out, an arrow still knocked, and then sort of steps and follows on behind. And you're led continuing along the river and eventually to a bridge. And you go over the bridge and he leads you into
Sorry, these,
like a courtyard.
these are a ladrin, aren't they? Is that right?
You have no idea at the minute. They're just very tall, hooded figures.
Okay. Oh, right.
They've not got helmets on, okay.
But over the bridge and towards what looks like a courtyard of trees. And they sort of lead you up this wooden staircase that winds up into the trees and across a number of sort of walkways between the trees and eventually into what looks like a hall. Seemingly impossible in this situation, but having been in the Feywild for this long now, you kind of brush it off as, yeah, okay, it's weird, but it's the Feywild, and they walk you in, and eventually, under this canopy of trees, it's almost like a hollowed out, massive tree itself, but across this this courtyard, if you know, this foyer, there is a wooden throne, and on the wooden throne sits an Eladrin, or an elven-like figure. Very difficult to work out the gender. Wearing these long green flowing robes, the sleeves sort of hanging low, all you can really see is the fingertips that reach out as they sit. And they almost sit actually to sort of one side. And the head lifts up. And you see these bright green piercing eyes. Skin almost a shade of green itself. Very light green, almost white hair that flows down. And the figure with the scimitar walks up, takes the hood down, reveals this orange flame-like hair that flows down, skin the touch of almost bronze in colour. And they take a knee. My king, outsiders claim to know the pirates and the enthralled. And the king sits there for a second. His hands come apart and he just sort of waves them away. And again, the bronze-skinned Eladrin sort of bows once more, stands, pulls the blade up in a salute motion, down to his side, turns, looks at you all. You try anything in here, it will be the last thing you do.
I will take my weapons off, lay them on the ground, and then take a knee in front of him as a show of respect.
The king sort of cocks his head to this, beckons you forward.
I'll approach.
And you approach, and he just sits there and watches as you approach. Nonplussed face.
Permission to speak, my king.
Well, you have already spoken, so do you really need my permission?
Good point. I meant no disrespect. I was just not quite sure what the courtesies are in your kingdom.
Get on with it. Why are you here?
Okay, I'll be blunt. Our friends who became trapped here, who you know as the pirates, and our other friend who you know as the enthralled, we're here to rescue them, or take them off your hands, or help you deal with the enthralled. Leave your kingdom in peace. Do you currently have them as your prisoners? Or do you know where they are?
Well, the pirates negotiated a stay. They've been working. The enthralled. Well, you are too late to prevent the calamity to my kingdom. But he is quiescent for now.
Can he be saved, or is he too far gone?
Frankly, I don't care. You can take him and save him, or you can kill him where he is.
And where are the pirate crew now? Are they guests of yours, or have they moved on as well?
As I said, the negotiated work for a stay. They are here, as they have been here for 6 months.
May we meet with
You'll
them?
find them. You'll find them in the city. I will grant you passage for now. But if you release that thing, and it causes any more harm to my people, I will see all of you put to the sword.
May I ask, has he actually killed anyone? Has he taken any victims?
6.
I'll look at Argon.
Okay.
I look back solemnly.
Okay. He may be beyond saving, but that's something for us to discuss privately. Thank you for granting us passage. Hopefully we'll be out of your hair soon.
Very well. He sort of lifts his head, and the bronze-skinned Eladrin with the scimitar walks back in, sort of does that same bow to his king. This way.
I
I'll
bow.
bow.
Yeah, I give a nod to the king, and I will then follow.
I turn around and follow.
Doesn't make any reaction to any of the bows or anything. You're led back down the winding stairs, back over the bridge, and amongst more of the trees, and you start to hear more of a hubbub now, more of a low din, if you like, as you approach what is clearly more of the populated area of this city. And you notice that some of the buildings, some of the buildings are relatively new, some of them look older, some of them are almost in ruins. There is one particular tree and building as you approach what is clearly the centre of this city, where the tree itself looks like something has struck it and just cracked it directly down the middle, and this tree is huge. And all of the pieces of the building that once were housed in this tree or connected to this tree just lie in pieces on the floor around this great tree. And you notice that people are moving around, and you can see the various different types of Eladrin now, the various shades, many different elf-like creatures, all very tall or very slender, and they just all seem to almost flow through the forest. And then, as you sort of approach further, you hear a familiar voice. Garstan, fetch me the plank. And you see a older looking but familiar goblin-like figure rushing around with a small hammer, seemingly constructing something. As then a Goliath sort of tramps through the forest, lays down a huge plank of wood, and Gore just begins to hammering nails and working. Goblin! Some friends of yours. And Gore turns and looks at you. Friends? Friends would have been here 6 months ago.
Carstan. I'm sorry. I spoke to Captain Swift. It's only been 5 days for us. We got here as soon as we bloody well could, mate.
Really?
We literally
Sent messages before.
died. One of us literally died trying to get here. We got here as soon as we physically could. You must know time works differently here.
We sent one just before we entered Feywild, and you guys were fine. Then suddenly we hear the next one. It's been 6 months. Well, bloody hell.
As you say, time works differently here.
Anyway, we're here to try and get you guys home. We came as quick as we could. We promise.
Better late than never.
Where's Captain Swift? I know we
Over.
I know we need to talk to her and smooth it out.
He's over there. Just go easy. Not been the easiest of times.
We will, guys. We're sorry. We're so sorry. I'm glad to see. Is everyone alive?
Well, near enough. Geo took a spill when we landed here. Had to deal with your friend. He is just about recovered now.
Yeah,
Movewood, sadly, is gone.
Fuck it.
Because of Vreko or because of the crash?
It is unclear. There was a lot of blood. And Vreko, well, what was Vreko was there lapping it up.
Fucking bollocks.
Go talk to Captain Swift. We'll get packed. I'll make my apologies to the king that this particular project will not be finished.
Where is Vreko, by the way?
They'll be glad to see us go. Vreko? They subdued him, they took him. I don't know where.
Are those figures walking us around still here?
The guards are sort of there, but they've stepped back, allowing the conversation to happen.
I'll turn back to one of them. Thank you for bringing us here. Do you, by any chance, know where the enthralled was taken?
What are you going to do with him?
Take him off your hands. Take him back. Attempt to cure him with his horrible
Take
blight.
him back.
Out of your hands.
You will not bring him back into this city.
If he's not in this city, that's all the better. We want to take him back to our home.
We will attempt to cure him. If that doesn't work, you might have to die. You can
Very well.
do with him, punish him for the crimes he's committed.
I will lead you to the edge of the city. When you are ready, follow the river. You will eventually find an island as the river widens, and in a steel cage, well, metal cage, you'll find him. What's left of him.
Is that north? The river?
East.
Follow it east. Thank you. We do appreciate it, and we're sorry for this that happened to you. None of us meant this.
Let me know when you're ready.
We will. We just want to collect our friends. Thank you. I will start walking with haste to where they pointed out Captain Swift was.
And you do see her, you see the blue skin, the teal-coloured hair, no longer in her captain's coat, but in a simple outfit, sort of what looked like either cloth or leather trousers into leather boots, a simple shirt, and she is seemingly just chatting with one of the guards. She sees you coming. She looks at one of the guards she's talking to. This may take a minute. Boys.
I will walk up to her. I will pull out the sword in a non-threatening way, so sort of opposite handle. I will kneel down and I will place the sword on the floor. Captain Swift, I'm so sorry. It's only been mere days for us. And it's actually been just over 1 day since we sent the previous message. To hear that it's been 6 months for you rocked my heart. I can only imagine the horrors you've been through.
He takes a step forward, and then another, and then another, and almost jogs up to you, and as she jogs up to you, she lifts her knee into your chin. Unfortunately, with not enough force to do anything, and jars her knee and just sort of makes no notion of any pain. You are late.
Oh, fuck me. Of course we bloody are. 6 fucking months if you say it.
I mean, Dargon has probably deserved that a few times over from a few people.
Well, to be fair.
But you can't hold it against us. You know you're in a magical land. We have come here to save you.
No, Ander. They were here to help us. They were on the journey with us, and it's our fault that they are here. It is very much our fault. And I deserved that knee to the chin. And I'm sure
it's Nyland's fault.
A lot more.
Okay.
At the very least, Captain, we're here to get you home. We're to get you home.
I will give you one thing. It is Nyland's fault for bringing us here. But what has happened to my crew is very much your fault.
A burden we'll bear.
Yes, well, his blood is on your hands.
On all of ours.
He was a boy.
There might be something we can do about that.
I close my eyes.
I don't care. I really don't care. If you're here to get us out, then let's go.
I'm gonna realise this is rather a touchy subject. And we are quite possibly fools for trying. But we're gonna try and save him too.
I would expect nothing less. We'll wait for you at the entrance to the city.
If he comes back, he won't be the creature or thing that has done you so much harm. If he doesn't come back, it's because we couldn't help him.
And just to point out, if it feels like we've been gone 10 minutes for us, but it's 3 hours for you, again, not our fault, okay?
Once you're here, time passes the same for everyone. Don't be a dick.
She's making me not want to save her.
How quickly can you guys be ready?
5 minutes. You know us. We expected you... Well, we expected you 6 months ago.
Yeah, that's going to keep coming up.
We never really settled. You will have to forgive us. You're going to have to give us time.
I understand. It's been a lot longer for you.
I appreciate the magic that has brought us here.
Is there anything you need right now? Apart from to get home.
Right, less talking, more action. Nears the gates. We'll see you soon. This is awkward. I'm trying to usher us away now.
Okay, let's go.
And so the guard sort of leads you on. Let's take a short break.
Yeah.
Hello.
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 As my camera goes into focus. And welcome back. So,
Classic.
first thing I need everybody to do is to make me a
Oh,
wisdom
good.
saving throw, please.
Oh, wicked.
Oh, good. All my good rolls have disappeared. I've got to 7.
So 7,
15.
15.
2.
Oh, no. It's not as bad as... I'm not the worst, that's the main thing. If I catch another
17,
problem that I'm going to have to cure, I'm going to be livid.
And as you're sort of wandering through now, your mind becomes incredibly foggy. Almost like it's just hard to concentrate on things. It's just difficult to focus on any thought. But what you do also realise is that your emotions are dialed up to 11. For the next hour, you are going to be more prone to emotional outbursts.
More prone than usual? Fuck me. Prepare
More
yourself,
prone
everyone.
than usual. Dargon. You start to see weird illusions, manifestations. You see items that you had both in the Maltmasters Guild at home, but also items that you've not seen in a long time. Not since the mountains and the clan.
Are they just like lying around?
Seemingly. And these are going to appear for the next hour.
Okay. I mean,
I don't know why she's so mad at us. I mean, we fucking tried our best to save her, and I just don't know what the problem is. Anna just starts crying. She's so ungrateful.
And are you alright?
This from the acorn.
Might be, or the water. Something in the water they drank.
I'm just feeling a bit sensitive.
Dargon's not part of this. He's actually just staring off, a bit freaked in the distance, sort of towards
What
the
you
ground.
do
a bit.
notice as well is one particular item that reminds you of one particular individual.
Yeah, there is something particular on the floor that definitely can't be there, sort of thing.
Dogon, are you... What's wrong? It's you not right. It's just...
No, nothing. It's feeling bad for this lot and for Freika.
You're not mad at me too, are you? I couldn't take that as well.
No wonder. If anything, I'm mad at
Bufford
myself.
literally at this point grabs Anders' head and sort of turns him to face him. Shut up.
Don't take that tone with me.
Let's just, everyone, calm down and
This is
All
fun.
right.
let's just head out.
Yeah.
The four of you ready now? Finished with your... whatever you're doing.
Yeah. Please. Sun's in the right direction. We'd like to get out of your way as quickly as we possibly can.
Sameth will take you from here.
Thank you kindly.
I have a king to defend. Sameth, to the island. Go as far as you wish. Direct them the rest of the way. What seems like the other hooded figure with the bow sort of cocks her head and you see sort of the briefest flash of blue, or maybe white, and they just begin to scout ahead. Don't seem to be doing it at a slow pace at all, to the point where you have to sort of jog a little bit to keep up. And they carry on.
What sort of bow does she have?
Don't fucking steal it.
Is it like an oath bow? Type. It's because obviously it's an elven bow. It's going to be really good in it.
It looks very ornate, almost as if it is part of the tree. Doesn't look like it's been carved or crafted in any way. It literally looks like it is part of a tree.
You must tell me about that bow. It is absolutely exquisite.
Sort of as they're jogging along, the head sort of looks back, shakes its head, and continues on forward. You rejoin the river, and you begin to head east at this sort of jogging pace.
Once we're out of the city, or very least very out of earshot of the crew, I'll turn to Kirik and Andrew if he's kicking about. But boys, I can't wait to get them back, but kind of have the feeling we ain't going to have a swift transport via Captain Swift when we get back.
Well, I've been thinking on that. Maybe it might appease some tensions. If we are thinking that my wish... I'm having to take a breath because we're jogging, right?
Yep.
If my wish could somehow cure Vraco and bring back his victims all at the same time, that's going to get the Eladrins on our side. And right or wrong there, but also if it brings Movid back, that can only be a good thing.
Didn't you say that it has to be very specific? Like, you could bring back undead?
Well, you'd have to word it so only the victims whilst he's been a vampire, not all of his victims, because that'll bring back enemies that we don't want.
But again...
And they'll have to come back as living, not the undead. I mean, I don't know how that would work, but it's a thought we could try. Or... If we feel Vraco is too far gone, at least bring back his victims and leave him in the cage. I don't know. I know that won't sit well
as you've been jogging, you've exited the city boundary, and you are now just jogging through forest alongside of the river. And as Ander sort of finishes that sentence, Sameth holds up a hand, tells you to crouch down.
We do so. I do so.
Do so.
Everybody make me a stealth check, please.
Oh, happily.
18. Do you not get advantage?
Not without me boots
18.
or unless I'm invisible. I fucking rolled the lowest in the group, and I 13.
I roll a disadvantage as well.
Alright, don't take the piss.
On average.
And are still there crying.
It's because I'm wailing like a girl.
And you sort of, as they tell you to crouch, you sort of trip a little. Then Bothrid catches you and just sort of pulls you down slowly. Bothrid rolling a 19 there.
Thank you, Bothrid.
And you'll sort of crouch down low. And you hear sort of this... and what can only be described as some form of earth-like creature, maybe an elemental, storms across in front of you, steps over the river and carries on beyond. And Sameth sort of holds up a hand and you see just one finger up. Silently tells you to move. and sort of stands and again starts that quite quick walk for him, but a jog for the rest of you. And the river begins to widen out. And at that point, Samuth sort of crouches down again and stops. And turns, and in a whispered voice, "I go no further. Follow the river."
Thank you for your guidance.
"I will wait for 1 hour. If you do not return, I will assume you are dead."
Sounds fair.
Let's not waste any time. And I will...
Dagon,
Yeah,
something I've been thinking about.
yeah.
When we find Vraker,
Yeah.
what's Tamael's wrath going to feel about, well, his new state?
That's a good point.
Because
How are you going to feel?
I'm not happy, but I'm not a sword created for the purpose of destroying the undead. If there is a possibility that Vrakel might be saved, I can wait to see how that plays out. But
I really don't know the answer to that question. Remind me, how much do we know about vampires? Yeah. My question is, do we know about, what if we kill them? What happens? Do we know?
Make me an intelligence check, please.
Straight intelligence. 8.
Not a lot.
Okay. We've been in such a rush, I haven't really worked this out. You know, we said that if he was going to be dead on the island, you were going to be able to do something. I kinda was thinking about maybe that. If he's already taken lives, then it's not like we have to preserve him, if you know what I mean. He either gets a righteous end by people who do actually care about him, or we get to put him in stasis of a kind before we get to take him back.
he did make a promise, though, in Moonbright.
Then we have to take him back regardless. And it may be that the only way we can is limp in my arms.
Just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page.
I'm not going to ask what Tim Ealsrath wants to do. I just hope. I hope it will work out one way or the other. The thought of killing him is... well, it's more difficult than I can imagine. But if he has been turned and there is no saving him, I would prefer to save what's left of his soul than let him continue to kill in a way he never wanted. He's already... If he's already undead, it was the whole thing that he wanted not to have in this world. And he would prefer to be resting than the way he is now. Can you help him after we put him to rest? Or no? I'll take a maybe at this point.
In what sense?
Can we bring
Try
him
to
back?
cure him?
Yeah, bring him back, cured, healthy. We've brought you back, you've brought me back, you've brought Ander back. Can we do it for Sid?
I think some more research is going to be necessary to know what would happen if I did bring him back, considering what he is now.
Do you think the wish could be worded in such a way that it restores him to his former self and also his victims, or do you think that's a bridge too far? I feel like Vreko would want us to return the people he'd killed more than save him.
Sorry to say I don't fully understand the capabilities of that much magical power, so think you're a little bit on your own on this one.
Saying that...
Might I suggest we go find out what is...
Yeah, I was
Okay,
going
walking, talking.
I was also going to say one last thing before we try and be quiet now. But if he is a vampire, it wasn't like they were a beast. That's what I've been having in my head, that he's a beast. He could be, but if he's also some resemblance of who he was, maybe he can be reasoned with. That's what we got to find out when we get there. Let's go quietly from here.
Do you want me to scout ahead?
Everybody make me stealth checks.
See if the
please.
coast is clear.
Yes, please.
I shall scout ahead, Mr. Isbell.
Very well.
There it is. Natural one.
Oh!
Natural one.
Total of
mine
2.
landed on 1. 21.
Dargon?
4.
4.
You stay behind, Dargon. I'll go ahead. I think it's for the best.
So
You stay
Ander
put.
very stealthily, just silently almost, moves on ahead and continues on up the river. Probably a good 50 feet ahead of you. The other three of you just snap twigs, tripping over.
Dargon's
The clank of
distracted. He's
armour.
still seeing objects lying about that shouldn't be. He's distracted about his friend. Yeah.
Bothry kicks a stone accidentally into the river, and there's just a... And as you scout ahead, however, despite the noise behind you, you begin to see what looks like a mound in the distance and this glint of something metallic. It probably takes another half an hour, but eventually as you sort of scout further, you now see, as the river's widened out, you see this island in the middle, a mound itself, and on top there is a metal cage, and you can just see from where you are, hidden, something blue moving about.
Dave's on
What would you
mute.
like to do?
I'll kneel down.
Bearing in
Oh,
mind
hi.
this is Ander that's seen this.
Alright, never mind.
I will go back to the group to report on that we're nearly there.
As they sort of come, you sort of meet them and they're bounding up, and Bothrid trips over and stands up.
The coast seems clear. I don't think we need to move stealthily, but he's close. He's in the distance. He's on an island. But as far as I could see, the coast was clear, so it's a free path to Vraco. It doesn't mean crossing the water, though. We know what happened last time.
How far was it across?
It's not a short paddle, considering the current and the way the water behaves.
And from what
But
you
I
actually
do believe,
sort of, it actually looks like the water either side of the island is only probably 5 feet across, but it does look deep. The current does look fast around there, as it would when water narrows down into a channel.
what Matt said.
I can jump that.
Yeah,
We can all try and jump that.
I could swim that.
Go try it. Dargon will go 10 feet further forwards then. Well, kneel down.
Okay.
Look
Shall
up.
we should we bring up a map?
Can do.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
While he does, he's going to grasp his hand onto the sword, close his eyes. Timiel, if you're seeing us, going to try and save Reiko. I hope this works.
You don't get Timiel's voice back. You get Timiel's wrath. Her voice back.
Yep.
Whatever has befallen him, let us make it right. Curb your emotions, Dargon, and do what must be done.
Can you help him? Can you fix him?
No. That is beyond my power.
Then we'll do what's right. I'm taking him home one way or the other.
As it should be, and as your honour dictates.
Okay.
Okay. So, hopefully that's everybody on the map. There we go. So what are we doing?
Moving forwards, I think.
Stealthily? Not stealthily?
No, I'm not.
No, there's no stuff anymore, I don't think.
Okay. Move where you wish then.
So I will walk up
As you
to
sort of...
up to there.
Okay. And
What does Vraco
it is
look
up.
like? Can we see him?
it's difficult for you to really see, but what you do notice is that the bars of the cage are not just that silverish, greyish metallic metal. There is brown, is it rust? There's stains everywhere. You also now notice in the water, sort of collected on the edge of this island, there looks to be small bodies of lesser fae, or at least parts of bodies. You can't quite see to the top of this mound. It is not just a jump across, but then there is a small climb, as it is about sort of 10 feet up.
Can I see Vraco in the cage?
You can see the hint of something blue. You're not quite sure what it is.
Moving, stay stationary.
In a minute, seemingly stationary.
So it's 5 foot across to that, but then 10-foot wall in front of us.
It's yeah, a bit of a climb up.
Let's have a look online as to what the jump distances are again.
So it should be your strength modifier.
Strength score, I think.
Strength score, sorry.
It's a running jump, yeah, I think it is.
And that's the number of feet, so that you can jump.
Yeah.
I believe so.
So I can jump 5 feet. Oh no, sorry. Not modifier, so not the +5, the 20.
Yeah.
So I can run. So I can do a 20-foot jump.
Fucking hell, that's a hell of a leap. That's like a pole vault.
Fucking magic. So, presumably, then, what run up would I need?
I think you only need a
10-foot run?
you need to move at least 10 foot before making a long jump.
Okay. Around where I am, then, maybe, you know, if I have to like move back to there or something, then I would. I'm gonna go up. Any of you want to come with me? I'll drop a rope down if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to see how you land first, and then judge my course of action from there.
Very well.
I'll go with him.
I'm going to tap Dargon on the shoulder, and you'll feel a kind of it's a bit like a flapping of wings inside you. It's very weird. I cast guidance on you.
D4.
Do any ability check within the next minute.
Nice. I will take my 10-foot run up, and I will jump up. Obviously, up
Okay.
and across.
Make me an athletics check, please.
Jesus Christ.
Let's do that properly.
That's literally nearly the worst I could roll. So 15. Absolutely appalling.
15. 15 does the trick. You jump and you clutch on, and you
Thank you for guidance, by the
slip
way.
a little bit, but literally managed to clutch on to these things. Bothrid, who said he was going with you, runs and like a gazelle just grabs on, looks at you. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do that, Carrick.
I think we stay here for now. If push comes to shove, I can get us both up there.
I mean,
As
I
you
can literally
thud against the wall, sorry guys to butt in there, you hear just this low
What were you guys going to say? Before
I was going to say, is there anything lying around that I could actually pole vault with, like a big stick?
you are stood next to a tree.
Does it mean I can cut it down? Does it have any branches that I could take? Oh, I've got a
Make
sword,
me
I
an
suppose. I could chop a
investigation
branch
check,
down.
please.
I'll chop a branch down if I need to. Ooh!
21. You see a variety of different branches on this, and there's one that looks probably long enough and sturdy enough to perhaps get you across. Going to take some time to chop down, though, even with a sword.
What I might do then, I will walk up to the water's edge, get my cloak, spin it round me like that, and what'll happen is, as I sort of disappear behind the cloak and come back around out of the cloak, you'll see that I've now got gills, webbed fingers and webbed hands, and I will swim across the gap.
Make me a strength saving throw with advantage, please.
So lobbing a rope down wasn't good enough for under.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that rope.
I wanted to use it. I got a 20. I'm glad you said advantage.
You can feel the current surge around you, and there is a moment where you think, oh shit, even with the changes to your body, you can't fight this current, but eventually you find purchase in the water and just fight the current, and you swim up to the bottom, sort of just underneath where Bothrid has jumped up. Bothrid himself just starts to climb.
Yeah, I'll get up to the top as well.
And sort of. Okay.
And I'll look back at.
And you both get up to the top.
Kirik, and as if to say, beat that.
I'll turn to Bothrid while looking at Vraco or the thing in the cage. Just go. So I'll put my hand in the bag of holding. Think rope. It will come out. I'll just hand it to Bothrid and go, Bothrid, that tree, that rope, get Kirik. And I won't ever take my eyes off the cage.
And Bothrid moves, and as Bothrid moves and runs to the tree and ties the rope, the thing that is curled up in the corner of this cage unfurls and stands. And you see ragged, torn purple vestments, blue scales, and the vibrant red colour of blood as what was once Vraco stands and faces you all. And you now see that the floor of the cage is just littered with blood and bodies of lesser fae and creatures silly enough to get close to the cage. And there is just this.
Fools to wander so closely.
Vraco, you don't look well, my friend.
On the contrary, I feel powerful.
And as I climb to the top, I'll just see it and be like, kill it! Kill it with fire! Ah! And just properly freak out. As another emotional outburst.
And it's probably around this point, actually, that effect wears off and you shout and go,
oh, good. Sorry, I lost myself for a minute there. Feeling a bit embarrassed.
Fire.
I've even got pixelated with embarrassment.
You have gone pixelated with embarrassment. That's what was Vraco now just begins to pace up and down the cage.
So then, what's it to be?
Vraco, this wasn't
Will
you.
you feed?
You stood up against the horrible undead.
Oh, save me your pity.
I'll start pacing round the cage. And I want to look at... Has it... I mean, how do they get him in there? Is there anything like that? Is there, does it look like he's been trying to get himself out? And if so, how? Sort of that type of just investigate the cage.
Okay. Kirik, I will say that there is a rope now dropped Bothrid's tied the rope around the tree and is sort of waiting, ready to throw it to you if you want it.
I won't make my way up.
Okay. So you stand still.
Ooh.
Dargon, make me an investigation check, please.
Has guidance worn off?
It has, yeah.
Yeah. 19.
19. It doesn't take you long to find as you sort of pace around the cage, Reiko watching you, his eyes never leaving you, and as you pay attention to the cage but also look at his eyes, where they were once this piercing ice-like blue, they are now red. Red to match the blood that is smeared and stained across his body. You do, however, find a door on... You can pretty much see it on the map.
Yeah.
This side. No lock.
If I see no lock, I will cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Immediately,
In the Feywild.
the door itself glows. There is that rainbow effect of colours around you, but being so close to the cage, there is a green glow.
Now that I'm emotionally calm again, I've had an idea where I may be able to save Vreiko without a wish, but I think I might need to ask the Dryad if it'll work. So can I do that inside my head in the meantime?
Yes. What would you like to whisper inside your head?
I would like to ask her, now that I've been cured with the magical acorn and its power courses through my veins, would my blood cure Vreiko of his curse? Or has the effect wore off?
That is not the purpose of this particular spell. He suffers from something far different.
Okay. Cool idea, though.
Dargon, as you approach the door, Vreiko now turns and sort of steps up, and you are inches apart, separated only by metal now.
Well then, are you going to face me or not? Open the door. I am hungry.
I don't want the rest of you on this island.
Nobility. Fool's emotion.
It was an emotion you felt with me. And you've lost your way.
Oh, do shut up, Dargon.
I'll punch him through the door if there's a gap.
Oh, good.
Okay, at disadvantage, roll to attack.
What the fuck is that? 17.
Hits. As you reach forward through the bars, smack into him.
7 points of bludgeoning damage. And as a bonus
points
action,
of
I will
bludgeoning damage.
grapple him. Attempt to, anyway.
Okay. So that's going to be a athletics check, isn't it? Grapple. Bum bum bum. Where are we?
I thought we were using a wish.
Yes, strength athletics check. What'd you roll?
Pretty shitty. 16.
16. He rolls a 15. You now have him grappled. But as you punch in and grab him, he smiles.
Oh.
Let's roll some initiative, shall we?
Ooh, I have advantage on that.
I liked that before we went live. Dave went, "I'm really up for a good RPing session," and now we started a fight.
That would be a 12 for Kirik.
With a vampire dragon.
Okay.
What did you get, Danny?
14.
We need to roll again then. I got 14 as well.
I would say what's your dex, but it's a silly question to ask against me, isn't it? I got
Yeah.
14 again.
Okay, you go first.
Whee!
Bothrid?
Bear with me. That's fine, my main man Bothrid. Bothrid got 1, which will be a 4.
Hey.
Thanks for coming, Bofford.
Okay, so what else we got? Dargon,
14.
14. And Andy, you got 14 as well.
Yeah, I call it 15 because he won on initiative.
15. Okay. Let's just move them around so we know what we're doing. Okay, so with that, as you punch through and you grapple Vraco smiles.
Very foolish, Dogon. Very, very foolish.
And he is going to immediately lean down to where your arm grapples, and he is going to try and bite you. That is going to be a 16 to hit.
Miss.
Misses. So
And I
just
do not have
catches
my shield out at the moment. I will say that.
But the bite catches on your armor. Let's just have a look. There's a bonus action. This malevolent looking spectral knife appears next to you. Let's just throw that on.
I know that spell.
Don't we all?
We've all got floaty weapons.
There you go, this
now,
spectral
but-
knife appears next to you. And as that's a bonus action, it's going to try and hit you as well with that.
Yeah.
21 to hit.
That'll do it.
You are going to take 8 points of force damage. And then we're over to Ander.
What to do? What to do? I will. I haven't thought of a command word for my new sword. Oh, I'll think of one, a cool one. But it'll be the Elvish word for fly, the Sylvan word for fly. We'll say. I'll have to Google what that is
Okay.
later. I'll pull it out. It will launch into the air and it will go up 30 feet I've got, so I'm hoping I can place it above the cage, above Vraco, to then attack him down through the bars.
Okay, so I'm going to say...
We're going to have a lot of floaty...
We're putting it there.
Do a floaty weapon for a laugh. We're going to have them all out.
But it's above him. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're going to roll to hit with that, are you?
Oh, I was nearly at 20. 16 to hit. It's not going to hit Vraco, is it?
16 hits.
Oh, he's got no armour on though,
He's
isn't
not got any armour on.
And I'm going to get my sneak attack as well, aren't I? Because it's a finesse weapon, and he's engaged with another enemy's within 5 feet, so that'll work, won't it? So
There's going to be a lot of those icons on that screen very shortly.
5 piercing damage. That was a shit roll on the damage there. And then I did a Boffrid roll. And then 15 points of sneak attack damage.
Ooh. 15 points of sneak attack damage. As this rapier just...
Sneaky little bastard.
Everything else in your turn?
No, because it's a bonus action to do that, so I can't do any other bonus actions, so I will stay put. I don't want to stand really close to him, so I'll stay right on the edge.
I had so many thoughts and ideas as to what I was going to do at this moment. What can I attack if I've grappled someone? That's probably the first question.
Depends what you want to do.
You could shoot him, like in prison.
Yeah, I was just trying to think. Can I do that? Okay. Yep. Dargon's gonna go. Forgive me, brother. You've lost your way. And I'm taking you home. As a bonus action, I will bring out Dawnbringer.
Okay. Tiamat's Wrath just... the radiant light.
And if I can attack him through the bars...
Just stab through the bars from where you are. It's going to be at disadvantage to see whether you sort of catch the bars themselves, but...
I have him grappled, so that should be advantage.
It will be negated then.
Straight roll. Okay.
So a bit straight roll.
Good haggling, gentlemen.
2 attacks. First attack. 26.
Will hit.
This will be one-handed, because obviously I'm still grappling him with the other arm. So that's 1d8 plus or not. No, because it's not undead, it's fiend. Try and roll in the dice tray, that'll help. There we go. And that will be 16 points of slashing damage.
16 points of slashing damage. So you just sort of reach in and drive it in.
And next attack is 23 to hit.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
10 points of slashing damage.
You sort of, this time, just drive the sword in further.
Yes. Let's do this then.
And that was bonus action. Action.
You've done your actions, bonus actions.
I'm going to leave it like that.
Okay. Kirik.
I really want to drop a nuke there, but I'm not gonna. No, it's too many people there. I am going to seeing the light of Dawnbringer and hearing Tiamat's Wrath and hearing the noises coming from there. It's not hard to figure out what's going on. I will, however, have a look around to see if anything else has pick up some attention on what's happening.
Make me a perception check, please.
Eight.
You look around, you see nothing. In fact, this whole area seems to be devoid of any creatures apart from yourselves.
Cool. I'm going to end my turn then.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
Bothrid looks around. He's not sure what to do. Instead, Bothrid is going to hold a turn. Or hold an action. And he's going to step up here, next to Dargon. And if Reiko breaks out, Bothrid's going to have him. And then we're back up to Reiko. And the first thing you notice is that on his turn, that wound seems to heal up slightly. And then Vraco almost holds the sword, closes his eyes, and his eyes open. That red just flashes as what's the radius on that one? Okay, let's make it interesting. 5, 10, 15. These spirits just erupt out of Reiko and begin to spin around him and just rotate around.
It's like we're fighting Kirik.
Yeah.
I need everybody to make a wisdom saving. Well, no, sorry. I need Dargon, Bothrid, and Ander to all make wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh, that was fuck for that. 18.
3.
3.
Shit. That's really bad. You've rolled single digits on all the
Bothrid
last
got a
saving throws.
6.
Yeah. Yep.
So let's roll for Dargon first.
Is it spiritual weapon?
7 point.
Sorry, not spiritual weapon.
Spirit Guardians, isn't it?
You're going to take 7 points of radiant damage.
Resistant. So
Radiant.
Bothrid is going to take 16 points of radiant damage.
Did you expect that to be necrotic now?
Yeah, I did.
He's still a Thunder Man, isn't he? I suppose.
if I'm resistant, am I taking 3 or 4 points?
Bear with me just a minute. Bothrid's not raging yet, so he takes the full 16. That will be 4 points of radiant damage.
Cool.
Good job.
And then
Well done
as
for
a
staying
bonus
where you were,
action,
Kirik.
the spiritual weapon is going to try and hit you. $28.
Yeah.
Shit damage. 5 points of force damage.
Barely fucking felt that.
Good stuff. And then we are on to Ander.
So, now my sword is hovering. The way I read it is...
Wisdom saving throw,
What?
please.
Oh, fucking hell.
Wisdom
That's
saving
still a
throw,
good one.
please.
Right, you're not going to believe it. It's a good job there's a game left because I got another 20.
Okay, let me.
If I was rolling these and you couldn't see what I was rolling, you'd be calling some bullshit right now, I think. That's about my fifth one
sorry,
tonight.
that was meant to be necrotic damage as well.
Ooh,
That should have been necrotic damage, not radiant damage.
I shall add 3 points to it then. For me as well, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
And I do need to also roll again for Ander, who would have taken half damage.
Oh, yeah.
Too many fucking spells. How does Kira do this? So that would have been 15. So that'd be 8 points necrotic damage to Ander for the last round. Your wisdom saving throw this time got you, so that will then be 3 points of necrotic damage this time round.
Right, so 81 points. So,
Okay, and
the way
now
I
you may
read
have
my
your
new
turn. Sorry.
Dancing sword. So while it hovers, I can use a bonus action to cause it to attack a creature. So does that mean I can use a sword to do that and then cast a spell, for example?
Yes.
Awesome. So, first of all, I will attack him with the sword with a 22 to hit,
Yep, that'll hit.
with 11 piercing damage and sneak
piercing
damage of 14. Was my bonus action, and then what I will like
And
to
that dancing
do,
rapier just dances around and
I would like to cast reduce on the cage and try and shrink it around him.
Oh my god. That is...
okay.
Ouch.
That's some definitely, literally, out the box thinking.
I don't know what that'll actually mean in real life, though. I'm hoping he'll just be like in the cage, and then he'll get disadvantage on everything he tries to do. Not
Gets
forgetting the
crushed
diamond's
in the
holding on to
cage.
him. Yeah. It becomes a recycled soda can.
Doesn't it reduce it by one size? So it is going to go from, like, large is 4 squares, so it would, if you can do this,
It's
take
2
it
squares.
take it to 1 square.
Yeah,
One square for
quite
me.
literally.
We're essentially Y
So
feet.
where it was this sort of 10-foot cube, 20-foot cube,
10-foot
10
cube.
cube.
10-foot cube. Sorry. It just shrinks down to a 5-foot cube, and Vraco is actually sort of in there, cramped. I'm going to say, for the sake of that, he is not just grappled; he is also restrained.
Well, Dagon's holding on to him, which I didn't think about. So your arm's
Pretty
still in
sure
there.
I would have whipped my arm out if I would have seen that happening.
So you're pulling your arm out.
Yeah, if that was fucking happening, because otherwise I'm going to...
So it
Dagon,
doesn't require an
master of the
action to
pull-out.
do that. So you see it start to shrink and just
Yeah.
pull your arm out.
That was a cool
Okay.
idea.
Concentration check.
Hopefully you failed a concentration check now.
Still up.
So
That was
the
concentration
question
check for the
is,
damage you did.
yeah, so is that all of the damage with the sneak attack as well?
Yes, because it's a single attack.
Yeah. And you have to beat half that.
So it's the damage
It's a good roll,
total
then.
for that single attack.
You rolled good then.
Rolled a natural 20, that's why. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Now, I can't really move anywhere and get out of the circle because I'll be in the water again.
All right. Dargon. Wisdom saving throw, please.
For fuck's sake, 3. Jesus.
Okay.
Shit.
Really should have cast this at a higher level, I guess.
What would
You're going to
What would
take
happen if Kirik
13 points of necrotic damage.
cast Spirit Guardians? Would it be like Ghostbusters when they cross the streams? Would it be like
Kirik is currently just stood outside as all these sort of dead spirits are just...
Ah. Oh, fuck. Has it ever not been? Oh, I'm just going to do my usual.
well, Lothridge next year, so you could do Thunderwave.
That's me.
Yeah. Can't have a Thunderwave without an effective pull through it. So.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd have to step I'd have to step back to do that.
That's true. That's true. To fully
make sure it
get
works.
the
Yeah. It's going to be Booming Blade on the first strike through the bars. So standard because he's
Standard, because he's restrained. But still within these bars, which are now
30.
13. This time you go to strike and it's just you catch the metal bars.
30. 30.
30.
30.
13.
Yeah, 18 plus 12.
Hell. Yeah, okay. Just straight in.
And because I didn't say it, I'm still going to do it one-handed because I didn't say anything else.
Yeah.
So 14 points of slashing damage, 1 point of thunder, and I'll roll again.
Yeah. He's going to have a lot of hit points, isn't he?
24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
9 points of bludgeoning, not bludgeoning, slashing damage. Of course, it's slashing.
Cool.
And yeah, there's a cold look on Dargon's face, like a horribly unpleasant thing that has to be done, and a finality in his eyes.
Kirik.
Seeing that the situation seems to have worsened somewhat from Kirik's perspective because he sees the Spirit Guardians up, he is going to then kind of take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, and going to move slightly away from the island. And he is going to he's just going to have to move slightly further away. I'll just move like
I will say that the Spirit Guardians is gone. Concentration check failed.
Well, still going to do it. I will say I'll shout, I recommend that everyone leaves the island, and I'm going to grab onto my holy symbol, look up into the sky, and the clouds are going to kind of disperse, and there's going to be a ray of sunlight that's going to shoot down towards the island. Point of origin, probably where I assumed that the origin of the Spirit Guardians was. It's a 30-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder as I cast Dawn.
Whoa! See ya.
Drop that nuke.
We're not wishing him
Okay.
back, are we? Fucking, he gone.
Everyone on the island
Sunlight.
needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Now or on their
Oh,
turn?
good.
Everyone now, as the spell appears.
Are we all going to get like melanomas or something if we fail?
12 for Rico.
That's a fail.
11.
That's a fail.
27
Yep.
for Bothrid.
Fucking hell, Boffred, where'd that come from? Oh, I suppose he's con save for
19.
Boffred. That's pretty bread and butter, isn't it?
15.
Everyone apart from Bothrid fails. That's 29 points of radiant damage.
Can I uncanny dodge that? Can I?
No, it's only dexterity saving throws, I think.
Uncanny dodge is on a melee attack, I'm
No,
pretty
no,
sure.
you're thinking evasion. Oh yeah, true. Yes,
melee
melee
attack.
attack. Yeah.
What's
The
everyone
light
on
is
at the moment?
sunlight. So,
Let's have a
Yeah,
look.
you can't really uncanny dodge the sun, can you?
yeah, no, not really.
Ooh, look at me, I'm
it is
a
how much
tree.
damage,
You
though?
can't see me.
That was 29 points of radiant.
I'm resistant to radiant.
As that sunlight just beams down, Vraco in this cage just... And you can see the flesh itself beginning to sizzle and burn away.
Yep, that's going to hurt them.
I'm on 52 hit points.
Bothrid at this point, in the
52.
sunlight, sort of,
Yeah.
even though it's sort of not harmed him, he is literally
Oh, sorry,
5,
Bothrid still
10,
takes half
jump.
damage.
half damage, so that was how much damage total?
Bothrid's, that was 29, so 15.
15 points of damage to Bothrid. He's
So
still
she
going to
said-
go 5, 10, jump. 19, 5, 10, 15. We'll say for the sake of it, 20. And uses his extra 5 feet of movement. There we go, we'll get out there. So Bothrid's out of the sunlight.
Cool.
That's going to be Bothrid's go back up to the top. I'm not even going to bother. Some of Vraco's wounds begin to heal up, but then as the sunlight just beams down on him, just they open up again.
The end it is then. But not just for me.
And what can we do? What can we do?
How am I going to get out of this sunlight?
Better figure out, because if you end your turn there, there's another Constitution saving throw.
Oh. Is my speed like halved in it?
No. It's not like Spirit Guardians now. You're fine.
And I can't hide under the tree for
Okay.
shade.
Not really. It's magic.
Vraco
I'm gonna use-
is just going to literally double fist pound the ground below him.
Oh no.
I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw, please, in 100-foot radius. As this
moly.
immense ground tremor just...
Shit,
That's
so like
literally
my
everyone
earth
on this
tremor spell,
map.
didn't it?
6.
10.
6, that is a fail. A fail.
18.
18, that is a success. Kirik, your concentration is immediately broken. if you're concentrating on anything.
Jesus.
Wow. Okay.
Oh
Sure.
dear. Does that mean I don't need my factor 50 anymore?
No.
Okay.
So I'm assuming Dawn was a concentration spell,
Was indeed.
which means the wounds do heal up.
Shit.
Okay.
That makes my armor spell look like a bag of shit, doesn't it?
The ground underneath Vraco also ruptures slightly. He is going to use a bonus action to just flip the cage off him, as he is now able to. The ground below him, sort of giving enough room for him to reach underneath. That will be his turn. I'm just reading the rest of this spell.
So do I not take any damage because I made the save?
I don't think anybody takes any damage. Bear with me just a sec. So basically, I'm going to do this in a light colour.
Either way, it's difficult terrain there, isn't it? I reckon.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 55, 60.
There's a reason, Dave, we had him on our team and we didn't fight against him. I remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, the whole map is now difficult terrain.
For fuck's sake.
I'm not even going to bother colouring it. The whole map is difficult terrain. Cool. That is going to be Vraco's go. He's now no longer in the cage. In fact, he's got a bit of movement. Why not? Does he want to? Does he want to? No, Vraco, stay there. Background to Ander.
What to do now? Because it's not in a cage. I will hit him with my sword as my bonus action. So that's the time
Whole
I've done
person.
that now, isn't it? I can't use
Say
whole
again, sorry.
person. I'll explain why. That's the third time I've done. I can only do it 4 times before it returns back to my hands, and that's the third time, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely, that's your third attack.
With a 20 to hit,
20 to
and
hit.
then
22.
22
22. Okay, yeah, that's going to hit.
with 9 points of piercing damage, and then we've got 15 points of a sneak attack damage, and then we will.
Bear with, so that's 24 points. So, yeah, okay. The earthquake still goes.
I will then cast. Do I want to cast that? Yeah, I will cast Vicious. I'll do Vicious Mockery instead. So that's a Wisdom 15 saving throw. I'll call him a bloodstained prick. Why not?
15 exactly.
Ah! Alright. Do I want to move?
You still call him a bloodstained prick, and he just sort of, his head turns.
I've just provoked the guy now.
So that's under movement.
I'm going to haven't moved yet, so I will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll go stand behind the tree.
Okay, so you go dash behind the tree over there. Dargon.
I will That's interesting.
Everyone's getting further away from him apart from Dargon.
Yeah, I'm staying right here. I will two-handed swipe at him with Booming Blade. Unnatural 20 to hit.
Unnatural 20 will hit.
Uh, 18 points of slashing damage. 7 points of thunder. And then I will attack again. 17 to hit.
17 will still hit.
For 17 points of slashing damage.
17 points of slashing damage.
As I shout, I'm not letting you get off this island. We have to finish this, everyone.
Okay. I should have said it earlier, but Vraco is most definitely bloodied at this point as well. As you just slice across again.
I couldn't have moved out because it's difficult terrain. I just realised.
No, you would have had to move half speed.
Yeah. I'll move myself back to where I could have gone.
Thank you for reminding me of that one.
In which case,
You can do bugger all else.
apart from an action surge,
Hey.
Apart from an action surge.
which I shall do, and I will attempt to grapple him, which is a full action because I didn't punch him or anything. Yeah.
Okay.
Athletics.
Make me a strength athletics check, please.
Unnatural 20.
Yeah, he gets a 16.
I haven't grappled.
Again, you just sort of grab hold and grapple him once more. So, not that he would have moved, but his movement speed is obviously 0. Okay, Kirik.
Do I see Vraco from where I am?
From where you are, you can pretty much just about see his top half. I'm sort of looking up. And you can see where Dargon is almost like holding him and lifting me off the floor.
Would that still be the case if I moved 5 feet in?
I'll say for the sake of this, yes.
Cool. I will then look towards him and I will raise my hand, and as I do, there's fire that's going to shoot down from underneath him. I'm going to Sacred Flame him.
Sacred Flame.
Nice.
Okay.
Dexterity saving throw, please.
Which I believe.
Is that disadvantage while grappled?
Don't think
No.
grapple does anything to...
Nope, that's all I am.
16.
Fails. My save is 17. Oh wow. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plus 5 is 14 points of radiant damage.
14 points of radiant damage. Nice. Breaker looking very hurt now.
As my bonus action, I will then look just to the left of Reiko, and there is a small feather-like dagger that's going to appear in midair as I cast Spiritual Weapon at 4th level.
Bit of tit for tat.
Okay.
And I shall strike.
The bag.
That's low. 13.
Does not hit.
Great.
Vraco just sort of turns his head to the side just at the last minute as this.
You have advantage
small
because I'm
little raven
grappling him, is that right, or not?
No. Nope.
It's only restrained, isn't it?
Grappled literally just reduces somebody's speed to 0.
Cool.
In that case, that is my turn.
That is your turn. Bothrid is still wondering what the hell to do.
Sorry, Bothrid.
Bothrid's going to do something interesting. Bothrid is literally just going to grab a handful. No, he's not. No, can't do any of them yet. Bothrid's going to do nothing because he can't make his mind up, and I don't want to delay this too much. Bothrid's just totally bewildered as to what to do. I need to make some con checks. That one's fine. That one's fine. Okay. So, yeah, Vraco's go. Some of the wounds immediately heal up.
Sorry, just out of interest. Did he put spiritual weapon up before?
It's not a concentration spell.
Alright.
If that's what you're getting at.
I thought it was.
Does he heal even if I hit him with radiant damage?
As far as I'm aware.
Cool. Just double checking.
Yep.
Awesome.
Well, we'll discuss that in Malt Magic and more, I think, as to why.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, first things first. Let's check that.
Have I had a brain fart?
Okay.
Where's spiritual weapon?
Right next to Dargon, I think. Right above him.
There.
Oh, I'm thinking fucking a circle of ravens or spirit guardian. Sorry,
Nah,
I was having a brain
that's-
fart.
Vraco.
that's not on.
Your rapier's back to you,
Dawn's
isn't it,
critical.
Ander?
After my next attack, it will be.
Oh, right, cool. Nice.
Cool.
Okay. So, at the beginning of Vraco's turn, as the earthquake continues, 2 fissures open up. They are um 10 foot. No, sorry. Oh shit, that's a long way. They are 100 feet deep and 10 feet wide. One immediately opens up beneath Ander,
Oh.
and the second beneath Kirik.
Oh.
See ya.
I need you both to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Shit.
26.
Okay.
11.
11. Ander, you literally managed to step out the way as we're going to say, I'm just going to draw some boxes basically to show where these are, and we'll put them in black. One fissure just opens up here. And the second
That's
going to
100
open up.
foot deep.
It is 100 foot deep because I rolled a 10 on the d10. So, Kirik, as you fall in, I need to remind
This has
myself
not
of
gone
falling
well.
damage. 1d6 bludgeoning damage for every 10 feet fell. Up to a maximum of
That's
7.
that's 60 d6.
66. No, 10d6.
It's
Isn't it?
10d6.
10d6 for every.
1d6
10d6.
for every 10 feet fill.
Yeah,
So it's
10d6.
Yeah.
because
You're
it's 100
correct.
foot
You're
deep,
correct.
so yeah, 10d6. Fucking hell.
Fucking hell. I fucking. He died last week. He can't die again this week.
Nah, I'm fine.
That was really loud in my ear. 66 points of bludgeoning damage as you just drop down. Impact on the floor. Okay.
You're
So
looking
that was just at the beginning of Vraco's turn. Vraco is then going to
Did you say 66?
66, yeah. 6.
Can't
Okay.
roll that.
It can't be 66.
It's
On
10.
10d6. That's a good
No,
point.
sorry, I rolled 10d10, ignore me. Twat.
I was gonna
It's a
say.
good job
We'll do that
Kirik's on the
again.
ball. Matt's trying to stitch you up.
33 points of bludgeoning damage.
Exactly half.
Like it.
Twat moment. Absolute twat moment. Ignore me on that one.
Have a point of inspiration, Kirik.
Okay, Vraco is then going to reach down and touch Dargon
Oh,
for a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
Oh no.
that's bad.
That is going to be
This is not going well. This is not going well.
29 points of necrotic damage. And he is going to use Channel Divinity to add an additional 35 points of necrotic damage to that.
Why didn't we just try and wish him better?
So that is going to be
That's not good.
55, 55, 64 points of necrotic damage. Now, let me just check.
Yeah, I'm looking fucked.
And that's going to be an extra 2d8 on top of that anyway. No, that's a weapon attack. Ignore me.
I'm going to use as a reaction Stone's Endurance on that bad boy. Yeah, that's a good time to use it. Oh dear. Heal myself back 14 points, or reduce it by 14 points.
Cast that. So that was... equal to half. Okay, so... what did I say that was?
I've fucking no idea what I was on
Okay.
before. I just took it out as you said.
No, it's fine. And you see a lot of Vraco's wounds just heal up.
Sweet life.
That is the end of his turn. However, I need everybody to make dexterity saving throws as this earthquake spell continues.
11.
16.
27.
Okay. Dargon and Kirik, you both fall prone. You're kind of prone already anyway, Kirik. Bothrid is also going to make a quick dexterity saving throw. No, wrong one. Dex saving throw. Doesn't matter anyway, it's exactly the same. So we'll take the first one. Bothrid is also prone. And the earthquake stops. Ander, you'll go.
I will, as my bonus action, attack him one last time with the sword.
The dancing rapier.
With an 18 to hit. Damage roll. 5
Will hit.
5 piercing damage. With 20 sneak attack damage. And so the sword will then immediately return to my hand.
Okay.
Nice.
And there,
So I'm just going to.
and then I will. I'm really tempted to cast a
Do it.
wish.
Oh,
Do
no.
it.
Don't know about that.
Because otherwise we're just going to be fighting him forever. I will then cast Dissonant Whispers on Vraco at second level, so that's Wisdom 15, which he's definitely going to fucking beat.
Natural 20.
Frick. Damn you, Vraco. In that case, the only thing left to do is move. So I will,
Still difficult terrain, remember?
yeah, just move behind the tree, hopefully out of sight. I want to
Okay.
hide because I've used my
Yep.
bonus action, so I can't, but I'll just be obscured.
Okay, no worries. Dargon. You are prone currently.
Oh, sorry, I did fail on 16, did I?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So I was distracted about that point. So I am prone. I shall stand up from prone using half of my movement, leaving me probably 5 feet of movement left because I've got this difficult terrain. It's halved and halved again, sort of thing.
Yep.
Okay. So I will also yeah, I'm just gonna do as usual. So, Booming Blade, dual-handed. Oh, fucking hell, that was so close to a natural 20. That was, was it 31? So, yeah. So, that's that. And so 14 points of slashing damage, 6 points of thunder damage.
Yep.
And again.
Go for it.
No, that was damage dice. Try again. Roll for 28 to hit.
28 will hit.
And another 14 points of slashing damage.
14 points of slashing damage. And as that blade bites in again, there is a huge, great spurt of blood. As Vraco just...
Yeah, it's my go.
Kieran, you are currently prone and 100 feet down in a fissure.
Sure. I will wrap the Cape of the Mountebank on me, and I'm going to dimension door to the island.
Nice.
Okay. So you... Any particular place in the island? Are you going to move yourself here?
Yeah, I'll dimension door. Well, I'll dimension door to the place that I would have actually seen, which would be around here.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I am going to attack with my spiritual weapon. 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
$17 points of force damage.
17 points of force damage. How would you like to do this?
Fuck me.
After appearing right next to Dargon, I'm going to just look Vraco in the eye for the first time since he's turned, and no words. The raven-like dagger is just going to pierce through his neck and back into my hand, and I will just watch him collapse.
And he does. He sort of falls to his knees, and blood just sort of bubbling up at this point.
So be it. He got what he wanted.
And we're out of combat.
There is a roar of anger, upset, emotion from Dargon.
Okay. Vraco lies there now, blood just pooling out. And I will say we will leave it there for tonight. So, what's it like to fight an ally? That was tonight's session. Always good fun. Thank you very, very much for joining. I know that combat was a little bit slow. I think we were all just a bit bank holiday spacing out today, but we got there in the end. A little bit longer than planned, but hell, it's D&D. Everybody loves it. Thank you once again to all the tools we've used. I won't say them again just to save time, but I will give a huge shout out to Battle Bards to say thank you to them, and also to encourage you to go and use them for your own sound effects. Use the code Malt Magic, as I said at the beginning, when you register. Get yourselves a cheeky discount. Enjoy those sound effects. Make your game more immersive. Please go check out the podcast. Please go check out social media. Go check out the website. Go check out Tales of Teal'Nar. But more importantly, we thank you very, very much for joining us once again. We hope you've enjoyed it. We will see you next week on another episode of Malt Magic.